wanted to make a quick little video of our chicken rehab coop that we half-assed together in about 30 minutes the other night, because we got this chicken right here. This is our favorite girl. She is the sweetest chicken out of all 16 that we've got, and I think she is just the lowest on the pecking order. So when I finish this other coop, she's gonna kind of have her own deal. Actually, there's gonna be a huge area out in the yard that they'll be able to just kind of free range out there, which will be cool because then she can get away. But the chickens kept pecking at her head and back here, and every day she was bleeding, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And she's the sweetest chicken, and we built this out of a dog kennel, so you can see how ridiculous, how much I love my chickies, if you didn't already know. So we got an old dog kennel for free, piled some plywood on top of it, put some extra weight because we get crazy wind, and she's going to live in here for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks until I can get the whole rest of this yard kind of fenced off and they can free range. But here's the other birds. And we, of course, it's what does that say? It is almost 120, 116, 117 today, which is awesome. So we got the master cool cranking. We got this fan blowing on her over here, and here's the other coop. Of course, because chickens can't get along. The rooster doesn't get along with this one, which we call Hamburger Helper, because she's got a big old, looks like a Hamburger Helper mitt, like the logo for Hamburger Helper, the big oven mitt thing. So that's our Hamburger Helper. So these jerks rotate between this little coop. Every couple days I switch them out. But yeah, so we're getting it dialed in. We got the diatomaceous earth over here so they can take a little bath. Plenty of water. I always do different food and water over here and drop veggies and stuff, and then they have a feeding tube that has their normal feed. But this right now, what I'm running, since some of them are molting, is I'm running a 30% game bird protein mix with their 18% feed, just to give them a little bit more while they're molting, help the feathers out. Same with Burger Helper in there. She's got a feed tube, 5 gallons of water. Watch out, girls. You can tell this is the cool area with the swamp cooler. So in here, it keeps it about 20 degrees cooler having the swamp cooler in here. So that's their laying area. And of course, built this awesome thing a while ago. They don't use it. They like to lay eggs down there. So that's just what chickens do. So they've got their roosts up there for nighttime. I did a little wall here to kind of protect, because we get some crazy wind. And like when they're roosting, it's nice for them to have a little protected area. They've got ventilation up there, ventilation up there, ventilation up there, and this is all vented. But man, I had to insulate the roof too with, it's got 1-inch thick foam because it's a metal roof that's above that, and it just, all right, buddy, it just radiates heat. So I haven't finished all the insulation, so this area is a little hotter right now. But yeah, a little rundown of the chickies. They're still doing good. We're still getting, Alright, I think we got 11 eggs yesterday out of 15 hens and 1 rooster. Obviously the rooster's not laying an egg, but that's kind of the rundown. So have to be a little fluid, you know, make a coop here, make a temporary coop here, the rehab facility, and so hopefully when the weather cools off, we got a little feed room there that will, this is all just thrown together with stuff because it got so hot that I ran out of time to build the second coop. But this is chicken coop number 2, and it is the Gucci coop, bruh. So yeah, coop rundown. I'll update on we call her Amelia Begilia, and hopefully I think in about 3 weeks, because she's already getting these pin feathers that are starting to come out and new feathers. She's been in this one for a little over probably about 2 days now, so I hope in about a month that we look back on this and she's full of feathers and doing great. So yeah, if you want chickens and can have chickens, build a little chicken coop. It doesn't have to be good. I mean, I kind of went overboard. We had a bunch of cull lumber, and we had all that lumber that was twisty, and I decided to go overboard and build, I think I got 450 square feet. So my idea was to have a coop here, a feed room here for all their bedding and stuff like that, have another coop there, and just copy this outside area so they have an outside area. And then I'm going to fence off about 20 feet beyond this area and have it so where a bunch of trees and grass where they can kind of free range. And then at night, it's kind of instinct for a chicken to come in and just go back to roost. So you just leave the coop open. And from what I found in the last year and a half here, we don't have very many predators. I imagine you'll probably lose some to hawks and stuff, but I guess it is what it is. So we're going to do a couple runs of meat birds, probably about 3 runs of meat birds every year. It takes about 16 weeks to grow them, so we'll put them out in the yard and let them do their thing. But right about here in the yard, we're going to come off of here and go over, and from here, all that area is going to be trees and grass to where I can just open that door and decide which chicken. I'll probably have the 16 birds here, and I'll probably have about 30 more egg birds over here, and probably alternate every other day. Open it so they can free range in this grass and tree area when it's all done. So, and it'll have small fences around it. I'm not going to do bird netting on top. We're just going to go with it. Hopefully we don't lose many, but it is kind of what happens. So yeah, get some chickens, and if you can't keep them, bring them here. That's where I got all these. These are all hand-me-down chickens. I didn't buy a single chicken, so I just kind of got handed a bunch of birds, and we started with a very small coop behind the house, and it evolved into this mess of chickens. So yeah, good times, have fun.